Hello and welcome back to Stuart Thomas Media and another episode of Stu's Reviews. So today we're going to take a look at this. Now, first of all, you're thinking, why has he got his bank card out? But the reason it's standing there is because I am currently blurring the numbers out so you can't steal what very little money I have. But today we're going to take a look at a new bank called Monzo. Banking here in the UK was founded when the Bank of England was established in 1694. Since then, it would seem that the values and the technology the banks have used hasn't changed. Lloyds, TSB, HSB, NatWest, Barclays, they all use outdated and old systems and are renowned for being shady, money-grabbing institutions. This is a continual cause of angst for the general population. Introducing the solution, Monzo. Hailed as Bank of the Future, Monzo puts you back in control of your finances, instead of playing slave to the greedy corporate banks of yesterdecade. So, Bank of the Future. Well, I'm here to test it out and see whether or not Monzo really is the Bank of the Future. Now, it's important to understand, at this moment, at the time of reviewing this, which is, June 2017, Monzo haven't got any current accounts. So in theory, they're not a proper bank. They do have a banking license, however, and they are looking at rolling out current accounts, joint accounts and standard banking stuff over the next sort of 6 months. So we should see that coming, which is really exciting. But I'm here to test out this. Now this is a prepaid card. So the way it works is you top this card up with money from your regular account and then you use this card to buy whatever it is you're buying. Now what it enables you to do is access an app from your smart device and you can see your balance, you can see what you've spent, you can see where you've spent it, and you can see a load of other bits of information. So what I did was I topped this up with £100 and I spent it whilst on holiday. So let's take a look at the app and see what a month of using Monzo looks like. Popping straight into the app, you're greeted with a list of your total spends. In the top left, you can see how much you've got left. And as you can see, I've got pretty much zero in the account. And on the right hand side, you can see how much you've spent today. Scrolling down, it's organized in date, so you can see what you've spent per day. Now the cool thing is, I've not inputted any of this information. It is all taken directly through the card itself and the guys over at Monzo who input all the data so that it automatically registers when you use your card in an establishment. And the cool thing is you can go into these and you can also tell them something's wrong with it, so you can suggest a logo for that place or you can improve the name or location. Now, as well as this kind of complex view here, if we tap on spending, this gives you an idea of the type of spending that you're spending each month. What we can also do from here is tap on the card. Now, this is quite interesting. I've blurred out my numbers so you can't see them, but from here we can top up. Now, if I tap top up, I can choose how much I want to top up by, and I can use Apple Pay or debit card or bank transfer to top up my Monzo card. And it is very, very quick and instantaneous as well. So you can top it up really quickly if you're running out of funds. As well, I would say there is no charge for using Monzo. So if you're topping up £10, that £10 is yours. And a really cool feature as well is that you can use the card internationally and there's still no charge. Now, one awesome thing we can do here is, let's say we are traveling abroad and your card is stolen. If you tap the freeze button, your card is instantly frozen and that's it. It can't be used. If someone has that card and tries to use it, it just won't work. Now, if you find that card again, you can hit defrost and that's it. You can use your card again. So if it was down the back of the sofa and you made a mistake, then you can unfreeze it and you're good to go. No longer do you have to call a bank and spend 16 hours on the phone just to block your card. You can do it instantly. So if I tap that again, You can also order a replacement card. If you realise you have lost it, you can tap that and they'll send you a card. Usually takes a couple of days, but they'll send you a replacement card really quickly. So the app is really, really, really nice, as you've seen. Now, a couple of things I would say is that as soon as you spend anything on the card, you are supposed to get a notification in the app almost before the receipt arrives in your hand from the cashier. I've got an example of this for you now. A quick thanks to Paul here for filming this transaction. So you can see that really, really works. Now the best thing about this is that that transaction, or any transaction you do with Monzo, is taken out immediately. You have none of this pending bollocks that other banks have. Now, you know, you've been in that position where you've bought something, you've gone to check your balance, it shows you've got a certain amount in there, so you think, okay, I'm going to spend some more money, and you spend that money, and then by the time you spent that, you haven't realised that the first one hasn't yet come out, and then it takes double for... So it's getting confusing, even just talking about the way current banks operate. This, the money gets taken out, that's how much money you've got left. There is none of this pending bollocks. So if you are looking to take a grip of your finances, then this really, really helps, because it shows you how much money you've got and it shows you how much money you can spend, and there is no kind of, ooh, is that how much money I've got to spend? Is it? Is it? What are my thoughts overall on Monzo? Fantastic. There have been old stuffy banks in charge of our finance for too long. We have got a true bank of the future that allows you to do so much more than you have ever been able to do in the past. And the fact that these guys give you control of your finances, you know, instead of taking it out and keeping it in weird accounts and pending transactions, all this nonsense like that, it is so simple and so straightforward, and it gives you the power to control your own finances. And this is what banks don't do, and it's obvious why they don't, because they're there just to grab your money and take it and make more money, and we're sick of it. People are sick of it, which is exactly why these guys have been born to do so. Okay, fine, like I've said, you don't get a current account with it, but at the moment, that's coming. As soon as these guys open up or allow customers to get current accounts, joint accounts, and all that other standard stuff like direct debits, we're going to see a mass exodus of people leaving other banks, especially people in our generation and younger, who don't want to go with Lloyds or TSB or HSBC, all these old stuffy banks that are just out to get your money. Instead, people are going to mass exodus themselves to go for this. Mass exodus. Is that even a word? It might be a word. It sounds good. Anyway, people are going to move to this as soon as they can start doing things like current accounts. As it stands, it's a great way to keep your spending money on. It's a good way to see what you're spending that money on. So if you do want to sort of keep an eye on what you're spending, then this is a good thing to do for now. But going forward, these guys are one to watch. So that concludes my review of Monzo. Guys, if you like the review, don't forget to head down to that like button, hit that subscribe button and share. And I'll see you back on Stuart Thomas Media for another episode of Stu's Reviews soon. Wait, I've just realised my office looks like an old stuffy bank office.